Hey everybody, Chad from Colorado Giants. A quick supplementary video. I'm yanking out the rest of the 1984 Barron plant, and I wanted to chronicle for myself and then show it to you guys just what that process is like. You can see I did pull a handful of more bowling ball sized pumpkins. I did find out that all of this plant back here is this plant, so I'll probably just let that start to peter out and die off a bit, and then I'll go in there and get it out. But now I can see I have access to the 1911 plant. I can see the front of the pumpkin. It's looking pretty good. All these main vine leaves are definitely long gone, but that is not uncommon. So yeah, but I am happy with the rest of the plant. The rest of the plant looks pretty good. I do have to imagine that even though Bernie is, I don't think I'm really getting any more measurement wise. I think it's getting heavier and heavier. So I am leaving this plant. I'm not going to, as I can pull a vine there. That belongs to that plant. So I'm going to leave that alone and let it continue to do whatever it is it's going to do. I will cut off some of these leaves, I think. Cut off the leaves around the pumpkin and whatnot. But yeah, so the matter at hand, I pulled up the secondary vines, but I want to pull up the main vine and show you guys what those roots are like. The tomato plant that never got planted, there is some pretty big some tomatoes on it, but look at the roots that are coming out of that pot. That is just ridiculous. And the plant was actually really, really good. So, I mean, oops for not planting it, but such is life. Let's put this in the wheelbarrow real fast. Take this out to the old compost pile. Crazy. So I was pulling up kind of carefully the secondary vine so I could see my roots. So this is just one secondary vine that was near the pumpkin, and you can see that all these roots. So here's the top root that came off. So that was directly because of vine burying the bottom root. And then one of them, I really wanted to see how far the root would go. So I dug up this root, and again, this is a top root. So this is a root you're not going to get unless you bury your vines. And you can see, like, I didn't bury all of them. You can see where I stopped burying. In fact, I buried here, and then I stopped burying because you can see those nodes do not have roots on them. So I mean, this is the case in point right here why you bury your vines, because look how long this vine is, or this root rather. And this is just where it broke off. There was more. So this is at least 4 foot long. I'll stand up. This is let's see if I can spin this around. So for scale wise, this root is, mid chest. So down here, I'm 6 foot tall, and just this one secondary root is probably, I don't know, what would that be, 4.5 foot or so. So that just goes to show you why you need to bury your vines. And on this secondary vine, I buried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nodes, and then I stopped. So don't do like I do. Bury your vines, and boy howdy, am I definitely going to put more of a priority on burying my vines next year. But the main vine, I did a pretty good job of burying all these. So it's kind of hard because the roots they just want to break off. So to get a real kind of sense of how rooted in it is, but it's not easy to pull up. So I mean, you can just see all the roots off of this junction. Try and be gentle. Oh, I was gonna say we could tease this one out. So here's a secondary root, and it's just going and going trying to be gentle. My soil's still pretty loosey-goosey. Just tugging gently. Man, I gotta say, I am happy with my soil. All this perlite and peat moss is paying off. So we're still going. Oh, we just lost it. So here is one root, and this root is the same. I'll flip her around. We still recording? I think so. So this root, down at my feet, up to my neck. So this one's at least 5 foot. 5 foot root with some of it, some length there, and then, it's still quite thick at the end. So there was more root there. So, dang, that's impressive. I'll just keep on going. More roots that I could pull up, I could chase if I wanted to. And then the stump. The vine, definitely the main vine has done a good bit of growing. Cucumber beetles flying around everywhere. Pow, pow, die. The main vine has chunked up a good bit. It's not my biggest stump, not my smallest either. But tried to somewhat gently tease this up. Lots of roots, so many roots. All these big roots have fine roots attached to them. So there you go. That's what your stump or your crown of a giant pumpkin looks like. Just lots and lots and lots of big roots behind it. So that is why you need to bury your vines. I use Ron Wallace's mycorrhiza and his azos, and then I put a little bit of humic and seaweed on each one of those. So that is that. Look over at this gourd. Gourd's still growing, and those plants, pumpkins, everything else is growing real good, and in actuality, looks really good. Looks really, really good. Gourd plants, man, I'm telling you, no powdery mildew on the gourd plants. These are a lot of fun to grow. I like it. And that's it, guys. So, until, what's today? Today's Thursday. Until next Tuesday, have a good one.